Chapter 4 India's first female fighter pilot. Before we begin, before India's independence, the role of women in society was very limited and restricted. Most of them were not allowed to take up higher education or do any job. In the modern India, the women have broken all the barriers that existed in the past. There is hardly any field of work or profession in which Indian women are not present. There are also some women who have enough courage and strength to lead the way in their respective field for others to follow. Flying Officer Avni Chaturvedi is the first Indian woman to fly a fighter aircraft all by herself. Let's read her interesting story. On February 19, 2018, the sky was clear and the weather was perfect. A supersonic fighter jet named MiG-21 Bison took off from the Jamnagar Air Force Station in Gujarat. The flight lasted about 30 minutes and then the jet landed back safely. The sortie was like any other that is carried out every day as part of routine training, except for one thing. This was the first solo flight by Flying Officer Avni Chaturvedi. At 24 years, she became the first Indian woman to fly a solo sortie on a fighter aircraft. Avni Chaturvedi, Bhavana Kant and Mohana Singh were in the India's first batch of women fighter pilots and were commissioned into the Indian Air Force in 2016. Just a year before that, the Indian government had decided to admit women pilots in the fighter stream. It was to be on a trial basis for 5 years. Women constitute a very small part of the over 1.4 million strong Indian armed forces. And this is what makes Avni's achievement all the more remarkable. When I sit in the cockpit and close the cockpit cover, my feelings of achievement, empowerment, and so on are left on the ground. I don't carry them with me. The aircraft is so fast and the time to react to any situation is so little that we don't have time to think about anything else, said Chaturvedi when she was asked what was going through her mind as she pushed the jet to 700 kilometers per hour. On Avni's second sortie of the day, there was a warning as she was preparing to take off. Immediately, she decided to abort the takeoff. That day, I realized how the decision made in a split second can get the situation under control or push it out of control. Had I delayed my decision to cancel takeoff or taken off with the cockpit cover open, the consequences could have been disastrous, she says. The Indian Air Force has a 3-stage process for training pilots. In stage 1, pilots have to practice flying in a basic aircraft for a total of 55 hours. While in stage 2, they have to practice flying for 87 hours in an advanced jet trainer. After this training, the trainees are separated into different streams according to what they will be flying: helicopter, transport planes, or fighter jets. Those fit to be fighter pilots then continue to the 3rd stage of training, in which they have to practice flying for 145 hours in advanced jet trainers. Then, these officers are further trained to fly supersonic fighter jets. The type of aircraft the pilots train depends on the squadron to which they belong. Avni said that the progress from the advanced jet trainers to MiG-21 is gradual, and there is a structural syllabus to become an operational pilot. She started her advanced training in July 2016 and completed it in October 2017. Then she got posted to number 23 Squadron, which flies the MiG-21 Bison. It took almost 4 months to go solo, she says. The time taken to fly a solo sortie varies from person to person and also depends on a lot of other factors. She added that her batchmates, the other 2 women pilots, were being trained and would perform solo sorties soon. My next goal is to become a full-fledged operational pilot.